Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the ongoing situation around the Renters' Rights Act, and honestly, it's creating serious confusion for both tenants and landlords. People are getting mixed messages depending on who they speak to. Central government says one thing, local councils say another. In this video, I'll break down both sides so you can better understand what's happening and what steps you should consider taking. If you're either renting or letting property, this is something you really need to pay attention to. From what I'm hearing, housing departments at many councils are already under huge pressure, and things are only getting more complicated. Before we get into it, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Join the growing community, staying updated on housing trends, interest rates, and property insights. And if you find this helpful, hit the like button. It really helps the video reach more people. So, what's actually going on? The Renters' Rights Act is essentially about to come into full effect. We're just days away, and that's where the real impact starts to show. In the lead-up, many landlords have been issuing Section 21 notices. These are no-fault evictions, because they've decided to exit the rental market altogether. As a result, a huge number of tenants are now receiving these notices, and they're stuck trying to figure out what to do next. The problem is, the advice they're getting isn't consistent. At the same time, the rental market itself is shrinking. Fewer properties are available, which makes finding a new place much harder. I saw this firsthand recently during a property viewing. A couple looking at the place told me they've been searching for months, and properties are disappearing almost instantly. That kind of competition is becoming very common. Looking at the numbers, last year alone there were around 208,000 fewer rental properties available. That's roughly 5% of the market gone. This year, estimates suggest another 220,000 could disappear. And personally, I think it could be closer to 250,000. That's a serious drop, and it's making things tougher for tenants. So if you receive a Section 21 notice, what should you do? If you're paying your rent yourself, the best approach is to start looking immediately. Book as many viewings as possible and act quickly. The market is far more competitive now than it was even a year ago, and it's likely to get worse. However, here's where the confusion really kicks in. Local councils are telling tenants to stay in the property until bailiffs arrive. Only at that point will they provide emergency or temporary accommodation. I know of a real example where a family with young children was told exactly this. They won't receive help until eviction is enforced. That's obviously a very stressful situation, but if the tenant leaves earlier, councils may classify them as intentionally homeless. And if that happens, they may not be eligible for emergency housing at all. That can leave people in a very difficult position, especially if they don't have support from friends or family. Now here's the contradiction. Government guidance says something different. It states that tenants shouldn't be expected to remain in a property until bailiff eviction. So you've got two authorities giving completely opposing advice. So how do you decide? If you're a private tenant paying your own rent, it's generally safer to start searching early and not wait until the last moment. But if you're receiving housing support from the council, you may have no choice but to follow their guidance, because leaving early could affect your eligibility for help. Looking ahead, this situation could become even more complicated. Once Section 21 is removed, landlords will rely on Section 8 notices instead. These are fault-based evictions. That means councils might argue that tenants are responsible for their situation, for example due to rent arrears, property damage, or antisocial behavior. Previously, landlords often used Section 21 simply to resolve issues quickly, without assigning blame. But going forward, that option won't be there, and it could leave some tenants in a much more difficult position when seeking support. Overall, this is shaping up to be a major issue in the housing sector. Demand is rising, supply is falling, and the guidance people are receiving isn't clear or consistent. If you're affected by this, it's important to stay informed and act carefully. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, especially if you're dealing with this situation yourself. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more updates, and feel free to check out the other content on the channel as well.